Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Football Pundits podcast. We are here to review the Champions League games, and this is another spicy fixture which we have in store for everyone, which is the Sevilla and Dortmund game. I think it's going to be a spicy one. I know Rishabh is shaking his head right now, but
Not spicy for sure.
I mean, we have
I don't think so. Actually.
have the Europa gods with us, the Sevilla, and then we have a new and upcoming team. I think and upcoming in the sense because now they have big players in their squad, which is the Dortmund team. So I mean, the way you shook your head, Rishabh, I think I should start with you. Why do you think it's going to be an easy?
Okay, there's the other person, right, Saurabh, who loves Dortmund and Haaland. Like I'm very sad that he's not here, but I feel like Dortmund. I'm very critical of Dortmund, and the reason is that because I feel like they're a bunch of kids who just play for fun.
Yeah, I mean, you'll not like Dortmund because you couldn't.
You don't see passion in them, right? You don't see the passion.
I do not. Actually, I don't. Because they have this, young and new exciting players all across from the world. Like now they just signed. Oh no, I think sorry. I thought that Szoboszlai actually came to Dortmund, but he went to Leipzig. But all these kind of new and young exciting players they have, but they're actually not able to perform in any of the big games. They give a toe-to-toe fight to Bayern for the first 60 minutes and then just drop off. And then Bayern just takes it away from there. Right? And the scoreline is 5-2, 6-2. So it doesn't feel like even, that the match was interesting enough. But actually, when you watch the game, it is. And the other thing being like they have played in the last 3 seasons, they have not gone past the round of 16, and they've been hammered in all of those round of 16 games. They lost 4-0 against Spurs. They lost, I think, 3-1 or 3-2 against last time against PSG. Now they play against, as you said, the Europa gods. So I don't really think they have any chance to go through. And plus, Lucy Favre just got sacked. The new managers just come in. They're not playing really, really well. So I don't see them challenging Dortmund in any case. I feel like Rakitic and Ocampos definitely runs the play against Dortmund, and they easily win that. I really feel they win 4-0. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Dortmund is that you look at Dortmund and I see like a group of individuals, and I look at Sevilla and I look at it looks like a team. They play like a team. They have a team mentality. And right now they're on a very good run of form. Julian Lopetegui has figured out what he wants to do with that team. And they're not winning by huge margins, but they do look cohesive. They look like they have a good structure. Particularly that midfield looks very solid.
And I mean, Sevilla's never been the team who wins like 5-0, 6-0. They've always been the team who wins 1-0, 2-1, or 2-0, right? They've never been that ruthless team who just goes and blasts goal in the opponent's side.
It's true, but they're also in control of these games. They're not barely winning them. I mean, they're winning by certain margins.
Right.
They have good possession. They have good movement across the pitch. You look at Dortmund. They've been so inconsistent this year, and they're conceding all over the place. They're attacking players. Sometimes they perform, sometimes they don't. I'm also leaning towards Sevilla on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Anshul, what do you think?
I think experience is something that I have seen that experience matters a lot in Champions League, especially in Champions League. And I think the experience of Sevilla, I know they are like the Europa gods, but it is that international European stage that I'm talking about, where you have a very different kind of pressure that you have when you're playing the league. Even if you're fighting for the title in the league, that pressure is completely different when you come to Champions League, because here it is actually said that form actually goes out of the window. We have seen it happen a lot of time. So having said that, we are acquainted with the upsets that can happen. That can surely happen. But just talking about the experience factor, I believe Sevilla have that edge over Dortmund. And as Jonathan said, Dortmund have been like inconsistent throughout the season. I mean, they play some games where people start to talk about that this is the team that's gonna win a lot of championships and all that, and then suddenly they just play without passion. Right. So I think if that is not sorted out with that kind of team, people like Rishabh probably will have the kind of idea about that kind of team, that they are not a team which are passionate enough to go ahead, which actually want to play for that club, want to see that club win glories and get the fans happy. So that also comes into factor. And then overall, I believe the players, I think the players that I just want to say the last thing. Yeah, say.
No, but I never said that they're not passionate enough.
I asked you that you think that they're not passionate enough. You said they're not passionate enough.
I said they're a bunch of kids who play for fun.
I know that you have said, you have written it everywhere. You have been saying that for a long time. But okay, just ignoring that fact, I'm just saying that the players that even Sevilla has, they are also more like Rakitic has become kind of their savior in the recent fixtures. Like, he has been like scoring goals. He has been making plays. He has like probably taken that leadership role that was intended for him to have. So I believe in that sense, Sevilla are now well balanced, and I believe that they have the confidence to go ahead. And so I'll be picking Sevilla. It's an easy for me.
So what you guys said about inconsistency from Dortmund. Now the reason I feel like why is that is because they keep on, and no disrespect to Dortmund. I mean, that's their business model, so that's fine. But they keep on changing the squad every season or two, and the basically the gelling is not there within the team, right? Like now Haaland's becoming like that player, like everyone's like coming from. So
I understand every individual player, like some down the line they get linked to other teams, and suddenly there is a different thought process going around with the player.
So no, it's not even about the thought process. It's just that person will actually just move away from the team, and then Dortmund will do their normal scouting and again find a star. But again, that star will be in the team for 2 to 3 years, and then again he leaves. So that's the thing, right? Like there's Rues is the only player who's been playing there for the longest time, right? And
he's been injured for most of that time too.
Yeah. So I mean, his form completely different.
I think you look at Dortmund and it's true. I agree that it's almost like a different team every season because they're a selling club. They bring up these youngsters and then they sell them for a lot of money, and then they can't really build a team.
Yeah,
with teams that have been around for like forever, like Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. He's been there long enough to where he's built a team. And he has.
I mean, you look at Liverpool, you can say this is Klopp's team.
Exactly.
You look at Dortmund, you say like this could be any manager's team. Like suddenly in the next season, another manager comes, another team comes, completely different. Haaland would be somewhere else.
I think it was one of the major motivations for Klopp to actually leave Dortmund, because he never was able to keep the core team intact in Dortmund itself, because he moves a couple of players every now and then.
I mean, their main challengers Bayern Munich, like they're selling Goetze and Hummels to just Bayern Munich, like.
Let Lewandowski go there for free. I still don't understand that.
So, I mean, that's the reason. Like, they're in so much debt that they can't, just sustain the players, right? They have to sell it just to make sure that their club runs. So that's okay. Like I'm saying, like there's no disrespect to Dortmund, but that's their business model.
Yeah, I understand that as a business model, but if you have ambitions of going further, I think you have to start building something.
Yeah.
I don't think Dortmund really cares about Champions League. I mean, not that they don't care, but I don't think that's their focus this season. I think they're probably more focused on the Bundesliga, or
that is also not doing them wonders anyway.
Yeah. Because they need to qualify, right? They need to qualify for the Champions League so that they can get the extra money that they get from qualifying.
Yeah.
So currently they're sixth in the Bundesliga, and they've lost their 3 games out of the last 5, and they've only recorded 1 win. They even today or yesterday they lost their game against Freiburg, so that was a 2-win loss for them. So I guess Dortmund is definitely struggling with form, but that is not the only case. I mean, I've seen Bayern Munich struggle for form this season as well. I mean, it's not only Dortmund who's been struggling, but Dortmund's struggle is more evident than
like Bayern struggle and they're still 6 points ahead of it. That's Bayern.
I mean, when you have
that's the league.
when you have players like, I mean, you can't actually have any downside because you.
I think I still remember the game with Hoffenheim. That was such a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Such a brilliant upset. I love that.
I guess
there's not more upsets in the Bundesliga, but it's very, very rare.
It's very, very rare, true. As you said, it's an asterisk season. There are a lot of changes going around.
This season has been definitely good for like Bundesliga. At least like the teams are competing. It's not like the two teams who are always competing. So like I've seen the Leverkusens and Gladbachs.
And I think that is the mentality that a league should have. I think every team has to be competitive. Like that, what makes that league the most beautiful league. Like I'm not being biased towards English Premier League, but I believe that because we have seen stuff in English Premier League, like the relegated team beating the current champions. So I think that shows the kind of passion and the eagerness to win the games. So I think slowly, I'm seeing that in Bundesliga. We have been seeing that in La Liga as well. We have been seeing new teams, the teams that were obscure for probably 10 or 15 years are coming into play.
Like Cadiz this year beat both.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to tell that.
Exactly.
So I think, in that sense, I think Bundesliga also have got that firepower now. They're seeing that other leagues are doing it. I think it's high time we should start. So I think that happens. But having said that, no love for Dortmund from my side. It's gonna be Sevilla.
So just the parting thoughts on this one. The scoreline predictions, Rishabh, you said 4-0?
4-0, I feel like 4-0.
Okay, so you do not expect Dortmund to score any goals in this match.
And Sevilla have conceded 19 goals in the league. They're second behind Atletico. And Atletico, I don't want to talk about Atletico. They're like in some other league right now this season. So they've conceded 10. Sevilla are 19. Yusuf en-Nesyri, he's the second most top scorer behind Luis Suarez. So he's got 12 goals. I feel Sevilla have got the attacking midfield, defense, everything. So they definitely, I feel like they don't have any chance against Dortmund.
Okay, so Jonathan, what do you think? Your scoreline prediction?
I don't think they're going to be able to keep all of Dortmund out. I think Haaland, maybe even Sanchos will find at least one goal or two in there. I'm going to go 3-1 on aggregate.
Okay. And Anshun, what do you think in this?
Yes, before I say my prediction, I just want to say that I am really missing Saurav. Because the kind of opinions we have about Dortmund, I really wanted him in the conversation. But then if I talk about my prediction, then it's going to be... I believe Dortmund's going to score. I believe Haaland is not going to stay quiet. I think he's going to score. But in the end, the experience would nick it out. So it's going to be 3-2 for me. It's going to be close. There are going to be goals. But Sevilla, because of the experience and the hunger, they're going to get the advantage.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to go with a 3-2 for Dortmund because I don't know. I mean, I feel like Dortmund will find the form in the Champions League, which they need.
All right.
I mean, I want to go the different way from all three of you guys. So.
Are you also that fanboy of Haaland?
I do like the way he plays. I mean,
I also enjoy him.
I mean, more than Haaland,
I enjoy him, but I'm not a fan of him.
I mean, it's too early to predict what kind of a player he will be because he's still 2021. So where he's going to lead because I mean, I don't want to start another Madrid-Chelsea conversation over here, but we know Hazard and Bale, what they've done because of the injuries. So we're not going to do that right now. But I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the next 6-7 years, and the legacy of the player can completely change at that point.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's see. I mean, I'm definitely see him as a promising talent right now. But I think that I don't know why, but I think Dortmund will find the form in the Champions League and they will turn it around and they will get the win. So there you have it, folks. That's it for this Champions League preview from us. Thank you for listening to us and joining us. Thank you, Jonathan, for joining us today and sharing your thoughts on this one specifically. Definitely do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on the social media handles. And do not forget to click on the bell icons. Thank you.